thing and one thing only. It is time. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Build. How are we feeling today? You guys doing all right? Doing well? Excited? Hello. Mezzanine, how you feeling up top? You doing all right? There you go. Not bad, not bad. Man, packed house, which I am not surprised. Is this, call me crazy, is this the power of the evil Regals? Is that what I'm looking at right now? Do we have, yeah. Fantastic. Welcome, one and all. Man, we're going to have a blast. This is the best way ever to cap off a crazy week here at Build. As if I need to tell you in just a few short minutes, joining me on this very stage right here, mere inches away, if you can believe it, right here. She's going to sit right there. I am talking about the one and only, the great Lana Parrilla is here. Make some noise. Make some noise. Yes. That was impressive. Impressive amount of noise. You should be proud. She's going to be out here in a moment. If this is your first Build, welcome. Thank you. This is a great time to come. I know the weather's a little rough out there, but it doesn't matter because we have an incredible guest. And you can tell me if I'm crazy, is there not a better backdrop for the evil queen herself than what's happening right now? Am I right? It's freaking perfect. So it's going to be great. She'll be out here in a second. We're going to talk for a little bit. And then we'll do some audience Q&A. Here's a fun thing. There's a lot of you. Usually we take like 3 questions. That's all we have time for. I have purposely told them to cut my time just a little bit short so I can get more of your questions today because there's so many of you. Now, I'm not, thank you. That's very kind. I'm still going to get my questions in. But I bring that up because I want to see hands. I want you guys to take advantage of this time. I don't think I need to ask you to, but just be ready with some questions in about 15 or 20 minutes, all right? Because we're going to be looking to you guys for them. We are live. Factor that in. Don't freak out. Speaking of live, those tuning in live right now all over the world, don't feel left out of the party. You can still ask a question, all right? Think it up. Tweet it on over at Build Series NYC. And if it's a great one, we'll read it live. And if it's a bad one, we'll just ignore it. So honestly, there's no reason not to do it, okay? So give it a shot. Send something over. We've got an incredible team. His name is Max. He will, a team of 1. He will go through all of them. He'll find a great one or 2 or 3, and he'll read them live, and you get to be a part of the show, too, all right? Lots to do, lots to get to. We're going to watch an awesome clip. We've got a little bit from the musical episode that we're going to get to see. Yes, very exciting. And then we'll get her out here, and we will get this going. But before we go any further, if this is your first time, that over there, that's Sarah. She has the curtain parted ever so slightly. Hi, Sarah. And on the other side of that curtain is our guest. That means Lana can hear you. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you guys excited that she's here? Let her know. That's pretty convincing. All right, that was perfect. Thank you for that. Let's go ahead and run that clip. All right, let's do this right. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Get your phones out and join me in welcoming our guest today, the great Lana Parrilla.
Love doesn't stand a chance.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, please. Come on. Lana, thank you so much for taking time to come and hang out with us. Congratulations on this incredible episode that we all can't wait to see. I want to talk about that episode. We're going to get to that in a second. But first, how are you doing? How are you holding up? You've been pretty busy. You've been all over the place.
I've been all over the place. I'm great. I'm so happy.
Oh.
I can't believe the episode is this Sunday. I'm so excited.
It's so close. Aren't we all excited?
Smile on my face.
Oh, wonderful. I saw you were over Kelly and Ryan the other day. You were there that morning. You just got back from Rome. Just like, where haven't you been?
I've been all over the globe, it feels like. I was in Rome. I was in Sicily. I was in Barcelona. I was in Granada. I was in London. I was in Blackpool. What's in Blackpool? A lot of awesome people. That's who's in Blackpool. So I met a lot of great fans. Some people I'm seeing in the audience. So great.
These are the evil Regals. They're all here.
I know. Yeah. I love them.
I wanted to ask, because this was your trip to Rome. It looked incredible. And according to your mom, who I got to talk to.
For an hour.
Bonus. Yeah, I did. This is a true story. I went in to say hi to Lana before the show. I was like, hi. And she was like, oh, my mom's over there. I ended up talking to her mom the whole time. This is the first time we're speaking right now, actually.
It's so true.
But I know her perspective. What did you think of the trip? How did you enjoy Rome and Sicily and all that?
I thought it was amazing. You know, my mom has been talking about going to Sicily for as long as I can remember. We have family there that we've never met, and she had always wanted to go. And also my aunt wanted to go, my sister wanted to go. And about 9 years ago, I planned that I was going to go on some sort of like tour of revisiting my roots, and I started in Puerto Rico, and then in July I started in Puerto Rico, and then I was going to go to Sicily at the end of August, and then I met my dog Lola, who I fell in love with and brought her home, and there was no way I was going to leave her and go on another trip. So 9 years later, I knew I was going to Europe, and I thought, I'm going to bring my mom this time. She hasn't been back to Europe since 1964. So I was like, we're going to go on that European tour you've always wanted to go on and go to Sicily.
Such an incredible thing. And had your mom ever dropped a hint or even alluded to wanting to go back, or like...
Yeah, she had. I mean, she knew that I wanted to go, and she encouraged me to. My mom's a really, she doesn't ask for anything. She's so great. Yeah. She's super, easy. And when she knew that I wanted to go to Sicily, she never once said, can I go with you? Mm-hmm. It was just like, oh, great, let me get, our cousin's information. Yeah. You have to go see my great-grandparents' home. And I just wanted to give her this as a nice gift. And it's Mother's Day in a week and change. So it was a nice early Mother's Day gift.
Super, absolutely. Now, here's something I always run into. Whenever you do the early gift, when the actual day rolls around, do you just go, remember that Italy thing? That was nice, right? That was really nice. Do you do the flowers? Do you do something?
That you bought that she doesn't know about. And you go.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Do you remember this?
That's super
keychain you were spotting? That candle you wanted?
Oh, candle is a classic go-to Mother's Day gift.
Is.
You can't go wrong with a solid
nice.
candle.
Or a massage.
Yeah, that usually has candles in the room.
Petty.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Which you could also do together. Another group activity.
Which we're planning on doing tomorrow.
Really?
Yes, I'm still spoiling her.
Yeah. Now, I was surprised to see her here. Do you guys, since the trip, you just travel everywhere together now? There's no reason not to travel as a duo.
We were talking about that, and I think it was Rebecca who actually said, it's so nice having your mom around because, she makes us cups of tea, and, she'll wash my underwear, and she'll...
Is your mom doing mom stuff on the set of Once Upon a Time?
My mom has visited us a couple times and has...
Did laundry?
She makes... Not laundry, no, when I take her on trips with me.
Got it, okay.
She'll, do my laundry for me while I'm, out doing work or doing something, and she'll, do my laundry. Which is so great.
It's mom stuff.
Come home and clean underwear. Awesome. I'm set for 10 more days. But no, my mom has visited us on the set, and she does make tea for us. And Rebecca loves having her around, and I, of course, love having her around. She's easy. She said, I brought my sketch pad. My mother's an artist. She's a painter, and she loves to draw. So you can just put her in a corner. She'll be happy. She'll just sketch away or look out the window and just, draw whatever she sees, and she's content.
That's pretty awesome.
Super easy.
Well, thank you for indulging that line of questioning. I do want to talk about this show, though. I want to get into this incredible show.
About my mom for hours.
Yeah, we could. I could talk to your mom for hours. 6 seasons, 130 some odd episodes. This incredible show. So far in, how do you guys keep it fresh, on set, this deep into the game, this far into the game? What are you guys doing? What are the tricks you do that keep it feeling new and alive? Because it looks like you're having a blast every
Starbucks.
episode.
Yeah. Gosh, well, the musical episode actually helped a lot with that because we've never done a musical before. So you can feel the energy around set totally shifted, even amongst our crew, because our crew has been with us for so long. And, they're the ones that are there day and after day, hour after hour, just, week after week. And you can tell, from in this episode, you can just see their energy shifted. They were smiling. They were so happy. They were humming along like the Grips, these big guys that were all of a sudden going, Wicked always win. And you're like a 200-pound, grizzly, looking guy singing Wicked always wins. And it's really cute. And the energy shifted from the musical episode. But I think all of us, it's just the characters help. They're constantly evolving. Our characters are always up to something new. The writers keep us interested, and they keep our characters moving forward. So there's always something new to bring to the show every episode.
Well, especially with Regina, I think one of the things that's great and why so many people identify with her is because she's not evil without reason. She's not a two-dimensional villain. You get to learn so much of what's behind her, what her motivations are, whether it's in service of protecting Henry or something like that. Was that something you saw early on that you attached to when you were getting involved with the show? You were like, this is a character I need to play. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I didn't really have a say in who I was going to play. I auditioned. So I auditioned for the Evil Queen, and I got it. Naturally. And yes. Yes, I auditioned. And that's a good feeling when you audition for something and you book it. But, I think early on what I've always wanted with this character is because she was so evil, these characters, and she's so controversial, these characters can be hated very early on for a long period of time. And knowing that, because I've played controversial characters in my career in the past, i.e. Trina Decker, who is like the advocate for open marriage, and that doesn't really float well with many people. But what I try to do with these characters is figure out why and where do they come from, and go to their vulnerabilities, tap into that, go to that vulnerable place, and really express their human pain or complexities. And I think that really helps in developing these characters and helping people to sort of relate to them and grow to love them. And that's what we did with Regina. Once we learned her backstory, we realized that, she wasn't born this way. She's not just evil to be evil.
Right.
There's a reason why she's this way.
I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up, because this season in particular, they're wrapping up a lot of things. There's a lot of talk of how this is the culmination of a 6-year storyline and everything's coming together. And while I think the suggestion that there wouldn't be a season 7 is absolutely ridiculous, I'm going to entertain it for a moment and ask, in the highly unlikely scenario, do you feel you've gotten to do everything you wanted to do with Regina? Or is there more stuff that you're dying to do with this character, more doors to open, more things to explore?
I think there's always more to explore. I mean, she's still waiting for that right partner, right?
Yeah,
she hasn't
that's true.
quite.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Robin was that for a while, and then he died.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people want to see Regina with someone and happy and in love, and hopefully they won't be ripped away from her. I wonder why they keep ripping them away from her. Is it to continue this story? Possibly, and maybe that's why she hasn't found this truest of all true loves. No. But I think there is always more to tell. I mean, our lives are very layered and complex, and, I wouldn't want my life to end today. So I think I would like to tell more stories, so I'm hoping that we get to tell more stories with Regina.
Well, if we, the Evil Regals, have anything to say about it, we will make sure that you get to tell these stories for a long, long time. I want to talk a little bit more about the music episode. You talked about how it kind of not reinvigorated, but brought some fresh air and a different approach to these characters and stuff. Were there certain people on set that were maybe a little more nervous about singing, certain people that couldn't wait to sing, that were excited about it? What was the vibe like?
I was nervous to sing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I read about that.
I was really nervous to sing. Ginny Goodwin was very nervous to sing. I think both of us were terrified. Rebecca Mader was so excited and couldn't wait to sing. I think Josh was the same. He was so excited. Well, yeah, he comes from a musical background, and he has a phenomenal voice. So, there are a couple of us that were really excited, and there were some of us that were just really nervous, and there were some that were probably just like, it'll be great, I was terrified, and that all stems from when I was 8 years old. I was given a solo. Now, I don't remember much prior to it or after. I just remember being on stage and freezing once it came to my part, and I couldn't get the words out, and I just froze. And everyone went silent, and all the parents in the audience, and everyone's waiting for me to sing, and it didn't come out, and then we just continued on with the song. And from that point on, I was like, I'm never going to sing again. This is horrible. I suck. And so all these moments in our lives when we're young really traumatize us, right?
Yeah, they really do leave an impact.
They do, and so
that one sounds particularly traumatizing.
It was horrible. And I love to sing. Like, I love to sing in the car. I love to sing in the shower. I love to sing after a couple glasses of wine. But, it's not something I wanted to do in front of millions of people. So when we learned that we were doing the musical episode, I was terrified. But then I thought, what a great opportunity to overcome this fear.
Do you remember the part or the solo now? Have you been able to find it looking back?
From when I
you
was
were 8?
8?
Yeah. Do you remember? No. Does your mom remember? Because she's here.
I don't think so.
No.
Her
Okay.
memory's not as good as mine.
Okay. Fair enough. I had to know.
But that would be interesting. That
would
you did remember.
Yeah. We'll have to
We'll
ask
have
her
to ask
after.
her
We'll find out.
I'll tweet about it.
Yeah. Keep an eye.
How's that?
Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I also read somewhere that early on in the development of the musical episode that you made a pitch that you should rap. Please walk us through how you sold that idea and how you were trying. Well, I want to hear this pitch. I want to hear what you like.
I basically, this pitch happened in a text.
Okay.
Because, I just thought, I kind of like to rap, even though I don't really come from a rapping background. Yeah. I think it's just the Brooklyn girl in me that always wished I could really rap.
Only 2 woos for Brooklyn? We're in Manhattan, really? I thought. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just said it.
No, it's fine. I love it. Brooklyn's in the house.
Yeah, there we
Please
go.
holla. Let me hear it.
Exactly. You're obligated to. That's how that works. As you were saying.
And I love rap music, and I love rap music from the 90s, because there's nothing better than rap music from the 90s. I'm sorry, and if you don't know about it, you youngsters, tune in now. But I just love hip-hop. I love rap from the 90s. And it's like my secret sort of, I wish that I had it in me. I remember in high school at Fort Hamilton High, that's where I went to high school. I remember seeing kids sitting, on the stoops of the school, just rapping. And I was just like, wow, that's it. That's talent. That's really cool. And I thought, well, I could rap if I know the words. So that'll be fun. But I didn't get to rap, obviously.
My follow-up, because we don't see it in the clip. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. But now we know.
They were like, no. Thank you, Lana, for the idea, but no. But we will give you one other opportunity to play David Bowie. So this
pretty
was
amazing.
kind of like they said David Bowie really inspired them with this song, and they know my love and obsession over David Bowie, and I wanted my Ziggy Stardust moment, and I feel like I kind of got it with maybe a little more moves.
Oh, the way you're working that set, it's very labyrinth-esque.
Ziggy meets Fosse Hamilton. I felt like I
Totally,
had a little bit of all that in this number. I got to dance.
Yes, you did, and you crushed it. I have to ask you, I saw that this morning, I think was the first time you saw the full edit, right?
Yes.
What was that experience going through your head watching that for the first time? And is that hard for you to watch yourself? I know we have a lot of people on the stage, and it's you can never tell which way it's going to go, if they can watch themselves on screen or if they can't. So I'm wondering where, especially in this vulnerable moment where you're singing and dancing, how is it to watch that play back and have it be so awesome?
Thank you so much.
It's so much fun, yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a little awkward and strange. I think a lot of actors, when you understand the sort of process of filmmaking, you look for certain things, right? So you're paying attention to everything. Like, oh, they used that shot instead of this shot, or they used that angle instead of that angle, or they used that take instead of that one. So I kind of look at it with many different lenses, not just as the audience, but I think it's really critical to look at it as the audience. Because you have to remain objective. And so after the 15th time, no, I'm kidding. After the third time of watching it, I was able to really just celebrate it and enjoy it and go, you know what, this turned out really, really well. And the first time it's hard to see it. The second time it's a little bit harder. The third time I was really able to take it in, and I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Our choreographer was phenomenal. Paul Becker, he was amazing, and I had so much fun dancing again. I have a dance background. It's been 100 years. I was like, give the oldest woman on the show the craziest dance number. But what it did is it made me feel young again, and it made me want to get back into dance. So this was a great experience for me. I want to do musicals in my future.
I was going to say, now that you've done this,
yes.
There you go. Do you hear all those S's?
Yes. Yes. Here in this city is where I want.
What?
That's right.
Is that an exclusive? Did we just get that? Is that
No,
the
I
first
want to. Casting directors in the audience.
There we go. And watching at home, of course.
And watching at home.
Well, as I promised earlier, I don't know if you heard behind the curtain, we have just so many amazing fans here. Usually we get about 20 minutes for us to talk, but I had him shave off an extra 5 just so we can give some extra time to the Evil Regal. So we're going to turn to audience Q&A a little bit early,
Yay.
And we're going to start taking questions. We've got microphones. Our first one's right here.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are
I have
you?
my friend who's, well, the kid I babysit, she's 8 years old. She's very nervous, so she asked me to ask a question for her. Her name's Sophia. She wants to know what your favorite episode is out of all 6 seasons of Once Upon a Time.
That's a tough question.
No pressure.
Well, I can say Sophia, wherever you are, who's hiding behind the...
I just saw her wave.
Here, Sophia, come here. I don't bite. Okay, she's nervous. Okay, that's all right. Should I come to you? No,
You want to do that? No?
No?
Did she freak it?
Okay, I don't mind coming to you, which I will do if that's okay. Sophia, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Oh my God, she's like...
This is the sweetest thing that has ever happened in this building. I'm going to tell you right now.
Wait, are you afraid of me, or am I just making you nervous? Is this still working?
Yeah,
Can
you're
you
still
hear
good.
me?
You're still alive. We got you. We're good. This
Okay,
is all
I'm
happening.
going to stand on this side because look how beautiful she is.
Aww.
Sophia, I'm going to answer your question. My favorite episode is 614, meaning the 6th season, episode 14. Do you remember which episode that is? Okay. Are you up to date?
I've just received word from her sitter that she's only on season 5.
Oh, no, I don't want to
So no
spoil
spoilers.
anything. Okay,
Yeah.
so wait. So then I'm going to... Okay, so if you're in season 5, I have multiple favorites. So let's see. My other favorite would be the Stable Boy episode, where we learn about Regina's background when she met Daniel. Do you remember that episode in season 1? That's one of my favorites, too. And then the pilot is also one of my favorites because it was the first time we were all playing these characters, and there's something really special about that. Yeah? Thank you for your question. You're beautiful.
Right this way. Round of applause.
What
help you back up.
beauty. Oh, my God.
That was an incredible moment.
Kids.
Sophia, how are you feel? You all right? Yeah, she's...
She's like, I don't know if I heard
She awake?
anything
You good? You with
she
us?
said.
Incredible. All right. Our next question.
Our next question comes from an online viewer.
Yes.
So Mary Angela wants to know, if you were to give Regina a happy ending, what would it be like?
Oh.
What is
I would
Regina's
say,
happy ending?
I would say an awesome partner for life. I would say with maybe 3 to 17 children. I like big families. And let's see. I would want her to have a very comfortable home somewhere where she can relax. And then I would also want her to have like an awesome place in the city so she can shop and like be a part of like, you know, just art and life and culture.
That feels right.
I think that sounds like my dream. Okay, so I would want that for her.
Awesome. Next question is over here.
Hi.
I'm Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
And my question for you is, if you could take one thing from the Once Upon a Time set, what would it be?
Ooh, I like that one.
I've been plotting this one for a while. What could I steal?
This is an opportunity to talk about a decoy object so nobody stops you from taking the thing you really want to take.
That's it. Or they hear it and they go, you know what? Just give it
Just
to
give it
her.
to her. Also an option.
Right? I think I'm going to go with that one because I like to be honest. I want the heart box that's sitting on Regina's desk because that's kind of where it all began. I mean, it's where her father's heart was. Kind of
Literally.
weird, but yeah, but there's something special about that box, and it's probably the only thing that's really portable that I can take. You know, the chandelier in that room just is way too big, and I wouldn't know where to put it. But and those mirrors are gigantic.
I was going to ask about the mirrors. Yeah.
So I would say the heart box.
Do you ever get to keep any of the incredible wardrobe? Any of those costumes? You ever?
I've been plotting that one too.
Oh, I didn't mean to blow up your spot. I didn't mean...
That one we can't talk about.
Never happened. Never happened.
But yes, I would love an Evil Queen costume if possible.
Very cool. Next question is
Yes.
right there.
Hi.
Hi. So this is not about the show, but
Okay.
I heard that you got, like, not nominated, but you're going to be the queen of the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yes.
How did you feel, like, when you got that news? Like, what was your excitement?
I mean, I'm over the moon. What an honor. I know my family's really proud. I can't wait for all of them to be there. I think some of them still don't know because I've been waiting. I'm going to go see them tomorrow. No, it's okay because it was announced yesterday on Live, but it was almost kind of like you heard it or you didn't hear it, right? So I'm excited because I want them all there. And, you know, my Puerto Rican side of the family is very proud. Latinos are very proud. We're a proud culture. You're going to be there? Okay, good.
I'm going just for Lana.
Thank you.
I'll be there. I think Puerto Rican.
I feel so honored. It's like one of the most biggest events, and it's going to be so cool. I haven't been to a Puerto Rican parade in a long time, so I cannot wait to be on a float waving hello.
Did you ever?
And I hope I get to wear a crown.
You're gonna be a
That'd
queen.
be fun.
Of course.
I don't know if I will. I'm a queen. I need a crown.
When you were little, did you ever fathom that one day your career would consist of you just being awesome queens, from like just cycling through, building up a list of amazing queens?
No, I had no clue,
Yeah,
but
sweet.
it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take another question right here.
Hi, Lana.
Hi.
I'm Gabby. So my question is, if you could take Regina and put her into any TV or movie universe, what would she do? What characters would she interact with?
Oh my God. That's a good one. If I
Trina?
What? Who? What?
Trina, like Swingtown.
Trina. If I can something I've done in my career
It could be anything,
or
like any
anything.
kind of movie or TV show, anything you've done in your past.
Oh my gosh. I mean, if I would say Swingtown. I think that would be fun to see her in Swingtown. That could be a lot of fun. I think she would really stand out. But I think she and Trina would have a blast.
What would her and Trina do?
Play dress up or dress out.
There you go.
Dress off. Dress up or dress off.
Our next question is going to come from over here.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for being here today with all the weather.
Oh, you're welcome. Of course.
My question is, if you could down the line choose what musical you could be a part of, what would you want to be in? And what part would you play?
You know, I would love to do West Side Story just because it's my ultimate favorite, and for obvious reasons, being Puerto Rican, and even though they say Sicilian's not Italian, it's close enough. And I would probably want to play the Rita Moreno role because that would be a dream. Yeah, and
You'd be great at that, yeah.
I think it would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Slightly music related, I wanted to ask you earlier when you mentioned your love for 90s hip hop. When you've got a particularly angry scene coming up, do you have a go-to like playlist or song that you throw on to like get you in the zone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah?
played some Beastie Boys.
Yeah?
I've played some, oh my gosh. I mean, a lot of stuff. I actually went through a 90s hip-hop phase for an episode. I can't quite remember. I do have a playlist in the back. But I like to make playlists for the character often. And, yeah. And so, of course, there's been so many songs that I've selected over the years. And yeah, the 90s, I even think I had Salt and Pepper on there for a while.
Awesome. Very awesome.
Yeah.
We've still got time for a few more questions. We're going to take our next one right here.
Hi.
Hi there. I was coming to ask because my wife absolutely loves the outfits that Regina wears. She thinks that every season has just been an amazing outfit. She asked me if you had any input on any of the outfits, and the question would be, why does Regina and the Eva Queen have such a difference in outfits?
Well, that's a great question. I can tell you that the difference between the outfits are probably because it's in two different realms, two different time periods, and two different stages in her life. I think when the characters were brought to Storybrooke, they didn't really have a say in what they were wearing. It was kind of like, I remember when Regina woke up for the first time and we had that, I think it was Welcome to Storybrooke episode, where she wakes up and she looks at herself like, oh my God, my hair is short and what am I wearing? And then she opens her closet and she's like, I guess this is my wardrobe. So she really didn't have, I think the curse created all this. And in regards to, do I have any input on the costumes? no, I think a little bit with Regina's contemporary look. I like to sort of, I like this top, or let's try it with these pants, or what about this suit jacket, or what about this coat, what about, we need a scarf, but when it comes to the Evil Queen, that's all Eduardo Castro. He is a genius, and I wouldn't even go near it. I never, ever have to fear that I'm not going to like something. He's just so great at creating these costumes. I even had him design my night before I got married, the night before dress. And I actually wanted him to design my wedding gown. And he's like, no, I'm not going to go there. But, and he was smart to do that, because you never know, right?
Yeah.
But he did design the night before dress. That's how much I trust him and how much I respect him.
It's pretty amazing. We have another question. Where is it?
Hi.
Right over there.
Hi. Sorry. My name's Dodgy.
Hi, Dodgy.
I just wanted to ask you, starting the show to where you are now, did you think when you started the show that you would touch as many lives as you have, not only as Regina, but as Lana, reaching out to so many people on Twitter and meeting so many people in person in conventions?
Aw, thank you.
Round of applause. Yeah.
No, I didn't, and I have to say that you all had a huge hand in it as well, because the more you opened yourselves to me, and the more you were expressive and vulnerable with me, it made me want to reach out and connect with all of you. And when I met you all at conventions, it was like, wow, this is amazing. And I saw how important it is to connect with your fans and to connect with people that are supporting your career and the show. And we're here because of all of you. So I'm so grateful to have met a huge portion of our audience. And as far as the impact goes, I feel blessed and honored. I feel really, I guess, honored that I've been able to play a part that's had such a positive influence. We all forget that she's like murdered all these people. But it's really her journey that I think is so inspiring.
Footnote.
And I've always wanted to play parts that were going to inspire people or, change their lives in some way. And so I feel really honored. Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you.
We have time for 2 more questions. Our first one's going to be back over here.
Oh,
Here.
hi. I know. She's like, I'm right here.
Hi, my name is Jessie. So speaking of her journey, Regina's had a lot of emotional development over the series and, like with her relationship with pretty much everyone. And I wanted to know, most recently in the scene between Regina and the Evil Queen, when Regina admits to herself and admits to the Evil Queen that she loves herself. How did you approach that, and how did you feel about that? Because that's a very monumental thing in the series.
It is. It absolutely is. I was crying when I read the episode. I think that we've all been, sort of waiting for this moment for Regina to accept both sides of herself, this dark and the light, and find a way to embrace both and bring them together. And maybe we weren't even consciously wanting that for her or thinking it, but I know I was thinking it because I know that we're complex humans and we have a lot of weird, crazy thoughts, and then we have a lot of really positive, awesome thoughts. And to see this woman, Regina, in such conflict with this darkness inside of her and not knowing how to deal with it really made me sad. So when I read this script, it was like, wow, this is the ultimate moment of self-love and acceptance, which is such a huge positive message to put out in the world. So it's why my favorite episode, Sophia, is episode 14 from season 6. You're Jess. But little Sophia wanted to know, and she'll get there.
I feel bad. Spoilers.
It's okay. I think she will forget. Or just get really excited.
I think she's still waking up from the hug earlier. 14. I think we're totally fine. I misspoke earlier. We now have 2 more questions.
Fantastic.
And the first one's right here.
Hi.
Hi, My question is about Regina's relationship with Henry. So I'm a stepmom to my wife's 2 boys. You're a stepmom.
Awesome.
And so how do you feel about Regina raising Henry and co-parenting with Emma, Henry through his teenage years?
I think, Regina started off as only being Henry's mother. So it's a bit different than being a step-parent. And I think she really fought it for a really long time. But ultimately, we have to make decisions that are best for our children. You can't fight against them, because if you do, it's going to build so much resentment. And I think what we saw with Regina and Emma is that Henry really wanted Emma in his life. And as much as Regina hated that for so long, if she continued to hate it, Henry would have become more resentful towards her and then hated her and not want to be in her life, which is what we saw for a period of time. Henry didn't live with her, and that really crushed Regina, and it actually compelled her to, start making the right choices and changing her patterns. And she really did it for the love of her son, and I think that's what we have to do for our children ultimately, as we as adults have to grow up and start to what is best for my child? And that's what Regina did. And then in turn, you saw her and Emma become best of friends. So they figured it out. And I love where those 2 characters are, where these 2 women are as partners and being both Henry's mother.
And Henry is still living with Regina, right?
Yes, he goes back and forth.
Okay, because we don't see it a lot on the show, and that's been something we've all talked about.
Yeah, no, he still lives with her.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay,
I know, we don't eat either, nor do we sleep, so.
Our final question is going to come from right here.
Hi, Lana. I'm Federico.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I want to thank you first for creating such a well-rounded and complex character. She means a lot to a lot of us. But my question is, for the last decade or so, we've been so much more interested in the villain story. You started this villain who we love to hate, but then you became the most relatable, most beloved, the image of the show. And in Wicked, Elphaba is her own hero, and in Maleficent, so what do you think that says about us as a society, that we've been switching and been more interested in characters like yours?
That's a great question, because I think of like Walter White, or I think of like Tony Soprano, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's sort of like this now new storytelling trend, because even in House of Cards, it's a similar thing, right? I think that maybe we're just trying to get out of this whole sort of perfection idea of how we're all supposed to be, like this sort of 50s mentality of, we're supposed to live this way and be good and always do the right thing. And I still think that we need to strive to do the right thing. But I think we all need to be a little bit more realistic about how complex we are as humans, and that nothing is really black and white. We're colorful and complex. And I feel like the message that we're putting out in the world is really good can come from broken. So here we are as broken people, i.e. Regina, Walter White, Tony Soprano, but we can strive to be better humans. And that's, I think, is the positive message that we're putting out in the world, as opposed to, seeing that all the films from way back when, where everything was just so perfect. Living up to that, it's really hard. Yeah. But kind of starting out being more, not so perfect or kind of screwed up, and then striving to be better, that's a little more realistic, I think. Yeah. So I think
it makes it comfortable and okay to be human.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it gives you the okay to just be human and just be normal and not have to live up to those crazy impossible standards.
Exactly.
But we could do this for, just like talking to your mom, we could do this for hours. But regrettably, I do have to wrap things up and we have to say goodbye. I want to thank you guys for being an amazing audience, for having wonderful questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
And obviously, I want to thank you not only for this amazing character in this incredible show, which, incidentally, Sundays at 8 on ABC, as if I need to tell you. But for the 5 people that don't know, that's when the show's on. That's when you should be watching it. Sundays at 8 on ABC. But thank you for this, but also thank you for being incredible to all of us and all of your fans, and being so warm, and apparently for making the rain stop. I don't know how you pulled that off. But you've even done that. So everybody join me in thanking Lana Parrilla one more time, please.
Thank you.